here it is. This right here is the largest theater I've ever owned. It's also one of the first theater I've ever owned. This is Studio One at Sycamore State Theater, or theater number one. And it's theater number one because it has the most seats. It's old, very old. These columns, I believe, are original from 1923, when it was one 900-seat theater. So the columns, if you see, are only on the right side because this wall here went all the way across in the other theater, and the columns are on the other side when it was one giant theater. And around, I believe, the 80s, they chopped it up and made it 3 screens. So yeah, this is it. I don't know if I'll own any more theaters, but this is the one I got now. It's got 200 seats. It needs some love and work. And it's a goal of mine to turn either this one or one of the other ones into a multi-use room, meaning have a live stage and movie screens to do events and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, this is number one. I'll show you guys number 2 and 3 while I'm at it. A little quick tour of the movie theater. I haven't done a video in a while, so I apologize. But this is number 2, and they go by size. So this one's a little bit bigger than the third one. Let me turn some lights here. It's a little bigger than the third one, but this one has about 155 seats. And if you see the columns, some broken, run across on the left side in the back and stop. Because like I said, it was one giant live theater back in 1923. They had vaudeville, they had orchestras, they had all kinds of stuff. So yeah, here's the concessions in the front door. Here's the hallway down to the back theater. Let me get some lights. These lights suck. There we go. Couple classics along the walls. This is Studio 3. Now, supposedly this was originally the backstage at the for the large theater when they converted it. Get some lights in here for us. Now this one's obviously different than the other two. This is the smallest one, but only by 5 seats or whatnot. It's got about 150 seats, 2 exits. And this one, there's no columns because this wasn't original. This was the backstage. So I would love to turn this one into the live stage, but we have a problem with the exit doors. So I gotta figure out what I'm doing with those. There's 2 of them. But I need 2, and I can't block that one off with a stage, so we got some work to do to figure out. But, yeah, there we go. All 3 screens are working and film and showing movies as of today, as of yesterday. We mainly do new releases, but we've done a couple free movies. We ran Beetlejuice for free all last week, did very well, and we're still trying to figure out what we're doing with this. As you know, the restaurant's still coming along, so hopefully in 2 weeks that'll be open. So I can't focus my time. But eventually, we're going to try to figure out what we're doing here. So that's where I want to talk about decisions. So, decisions. Growing up, I was very tentative about decisions, and it took me forever to make them and forever to figure out what to do and how to do it and if it's the right thing or wrong thing, whatever. As I've gotten older, I've realized that you just got to make them. You just got to spend some time and make the decision and then follow through with it. Follow through and go as hard as you can in the right direction, And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, you'll know. And you'll eventually go, okay, this, not necessarily the wrong decision, but just a different decision. Sometimes things work out great, sometimes they don't. That's part of life in general, I think. But I've always had trouble making decisions. And with this, the decision came quick. I was like, yes, this whole building, this whole place makes sense, I mean, it's going to take time to get to where we want to go with it and where we want it to be. It's going to take time and a lot of money, to be honest, but look at that. I mean, look at that. That's an original column from 1923. I'm sure it's been repainted and whatnot, but just to think of the people who came in this building before, the people who walked in here when there was no entertainment option for them. They didn't have TVs in the house. They didn't have cell phones. You're talking about people, some people probably didn't have running water or electricity in their homes at the time. I'm not sure. But this was it for them. This was, if they got a chance to come down here and watch whatever and see whoever, this was the spot, like the beginning of entertainment. And that's important, I think it's important to know that and understand that, there's roots to these things, we don't get television and Netflix and streaming videos, that those people started entertaining somewhere. That there's a chain of events that happen, to teach people how to act and sing and dance and perform, and a lot of times it was right there somewhere along the stage at some point in time down here, and that's my goal. My goal is to bring it back at some point, to bring a stage, whether it's this theater or the other theater, and kind of keep it going, keep the movie theater rolling with 2 screens, and then put a live stage in somewhere and have events. So yeah, but it's I made that decision and I'm sticking to it for a while. It's a tough one because it's a huge investment of time and energy, and time has become more important lately than money. I mean, money's great, but we only got so much time left. We only got so much time to do what we want to do. So, but we're doing it. So don't be afraid of decisions. Think them through and then pick and go. You can always start over. You can always turn around, and it's not bad to stop and realize, hey, I took too much on, or this wasn't what I thought it would be, and adapt. I was really set on that back theater being the one with the live stage. I'm real set on it, but the more I've looked and thought, I think this is the one. You got more seats, and I think the build out for it is more feasible financially for me than the back one. And I think I can get it done with city help, city approval, not having to remove an exit door, and bam, we're good. So we'll see how it goes. So, okay, guys, I'm going to try to keep updating once a week. I know I've been terrible about it, but there's a lot going on. I mean, it's too much going on, to be honest. But it's getting close. We're getting so close. Eventually, I'll try to post a menu and the kitchen and all that stuff over there at the restaurant. So, thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.